what's messed up here? You should know now. Hi friends, what could possibly go wrong with such an easy thing like the cassette installation? Well, 2 or 3 things could easily go wrong. If I did it wrong, I think everyone could do it wrong, especially when they know they have the experience and this is the 1023rd cassette they are assembling in their life. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. So this is the XT cassette 12-speed. I also have the Diore here. SLX will be the same. XTR uses, I think, 1 spacer less because it will have more gears, sprockets on the spider. First thing, this is the spline system on the Freehub body for the Shimano. All the splines around here are the same except for one here. So one distance and one spline are larger. And on the cassette we have same thing. We have one distance here and one spline which is wider. In addition to that, there is some like serial number here, so it will be easy to find this place. So in order to assemble the cassette, we need to match the splines. There you go. It's not really difficult. I'm not looking from above, so, but it's still okay. So this is the first part, which is fine. And then the funny thing starts. Shimano have made different spacers here, and they have made different thickness of these sprockets. I mean, the teeth will be the same, but the sprocket here in the center of each one will be different. And that's when we can make the mistake. So the thing number 1, we have the first free sprocket, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th one goes straight to the Freehub body with any spacers because the spacers is on the spider. And just as on the older systems, you will not be able to mount it the wrong way. In addition to that, just remember that all the logos, a number of the sprockets, of the teeth is always on the outside. So when you are mounting it, you need to see it. And that's fine. And then the funny part begins, and that's when I made the mistake. The 9th sprocket and the 8th sprocket will need a thicker spacer. You will see why in a second. So now goes the thicker spacer. Oh, it's so much easier on SRAM, right? Here it is. And then, because Shimano decided to make kind of a spacer here on number 10, 11, 12, right? You still need a spacer, but a thinner one. Why not have it here? That's my question. That would also be thicker splines connecting to the Freehub body. Why is it so? I have no idea. So now goes the thinner one, and then goes the sprocket number. You see, we have 3 left. The sprocket number 10, which goes easily right here. And actually, the 11th one, that's the last one, you are mounting on the Freehub body directly. Because the 12th one goes on the splines on this sprocket. So this is how it looks like. And here you can make the second mistake. So the spacers, when you swap the spacers, that's number 1, the gears will not be working fine. And now I am matching those splines. And here is problem number 1. It will easily go like this. So you think it's mounted here, but on the other side it's not. So you need to make sure this is done correctly. Once again, I'm not seeing it right now. Again. So let's match these two. And why is it more difficult? Because on this one you can still see the splines. On this one you don't see the splines because of the design of the number 11 and number 12. You see, still this is wrong. This is wrong. Sorry, I just need to have the camera here because it's just too difficult. So you don't do it very quickly. Okay, now it sits. This is correct now. And then we have number 12 left. Same story, we need to find the larger spline and the larger space for it. Okay, sits. In addition to that, I don't know why only number 12 and number 10 have these dots. Would be nice to have more of them. But when you match the dots, it will go correctly. All right, like this. The problem is that one dot will actually hide the other one. The other one is down there. I'm sorry for the focusing, but I'm trying to show you this just the best way I can. So when you mount Diori, SLX, XT especially, but also XTR, make sure you have even spaces between the cogs, the sprockets. This is correct now, but now especially when you are putting the lock ring on the wheel, which let's say you just lean against the wall so it doesn't lie down, it's vertical. When you try to screw it in, so install the lock ring, at least this is the easiest thing, this can turn with it. When it turns, you will be able to tighten the lock ring, but this will be wrong, you see? So it's the best thing, the best practice is to have this wheel horizontally and then tighten it. But after that even, just make sure you have the right distances. And it will be, on Diori will be the same. Once again, from the end, for Diori for example, the 12 goes on the 11th. The 11th has the spacers in itself. So no spacer between 11 and 10. Then 10 and 9 will need small spacer, thin spacer, because there is kind of a spacer on this sprocket already. And then between 9 and oh, this is wrong. You see, this was wrong. Once again, yeah, good to show you that. You need thinner spacer here, and then between these two, where there is no spacing on those sprockets, you put the thicker one. All right. So this is how it goes. 11, 10, thin, 9, thick, 8. That's it.